Welcome to you once again. This is Astrology, bringing you my tarot series, giving you tarot and patra readings, birth charts, crystals and runes included. Join me on this journey. Okay, everyone, by now you would know at Zidam Astrology, tarot readings and analysis are done differently in that tarot and Vedic astrology has been combined to give you the trine concept, where commonalities of the zodiac are grouped for a reading or analysis. Also at Zidam Astrology, I don't make changes without explanations, and even though I have already explained this decision in previous videos and given you a background of it, I have now created a foundational slide that will present a visual for you to digest. This is my stepping stone, stepping block as it were, to promote my tarot series and how I read the signs of the zodiac to meet your needs and also mine as an astrologer and tarot reader. I hope I can be clear, concise, and complete. In Vedic astrology, we have the concept of the Kundali or birth chart, and this is a chart which I produce through software to give you the placement of the planets at the time of your birth, where you were born, and the date of your birth. And you know, those are things you cannot change. That is fate. Fate you cannot change. Destiny you can. And this, I've just chosen this date randomly to just show you that this is where the natal chart is. This is your planets that are natal, that cannot be moved. That is your foundation. It's your lineage, it's your ancestry, it's your bloodline. And this is important because we always do readings from your D1 chart or your natal chart, your Rasi chart, and this encapsulates the charts, the placements, and further details will give nakshatras and padas, which you can read up on or look at my videos on the transit series, which has a similar slide to this, but it more focuses on transits and how we use it. And transits really is just a placement of planets on a particular date and time. And I've just enhanced this to show you that it means that the planets move around, and we know that the planets move around because we know Saturn moves every 2.5 years, Jupiter moves once per year around the zodiac, Venus, Sun and Mercury moves once per month, Moon moves every 2.5 days, Mars moves every 1.5 months, and then we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto moving a long time. Some takes 14 years, some takes 9 years. It depends on the planet. So that Rahu and Ketu moves 1.5 years, and all these things are explained in my transit videos, or the internet has a multiplicity of sites and information on this. But the transit of the planets is an everyday occurrence that we check the sky through software to find out where the planets are and where they're going and what it may mean for you. And this is what we call the source code of astrology, because the trine concept deals with fire, earth, air, and water, and Western and Vedic astrology deals with the fire, earth, air, and water. And this is what we call the source code of astrology, where we become the architects of our destiny by using this blueprint of our soul. And when we know where the planets are moving and why natal moon, and its transit placement, let's say, well, natal moon here is in Sagittarius and transit moon is in Gemini. So this makes it 8 places away, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 places away. And this means something. Every placement from your natal moon in transit means something. So which is why your natal planets and your natal kundali is so important. But it also throws out for us the trine, because the dharma trine is what I deal with, the 159 trine, because the dharma trine is the spiritual triangle in the zodiac for Vedic astrology that gives you the aspects of the soul's mission, your accumulated merit, and any manifestation of past karma. Because your Dharma trine is your first house, your fifth house, and your ninth house. And here in the natal chart, we have the ascendant being in Aries. The ascendant here is Aries, right? This is Aries, ascendant is Aries. So Aries in this chart becomes your first house. But remember, the ascendant moves every 2.5 hours within a day. So when this is 6 o'clock, so that at 10 o'clock it may be in Gemini, and then Gemini becomes your first house. But in this chart, the Dharma Trikone, and we will deal with that in another Vedic line. So in this chart, we have Aries being your first house. Aries will be your first, Leo will be your fifth, and Sagittarius will be your ninth. And that will give you the 159 Dharma trine for Aries ascendant. But if Leo was your ascendant, right here, if Leo was your ascendant, then Leo becomes your first, Sagittarius becomes your fifth, and Aries becomes your ninth. So no matter which ascendant in the fire trine, which of these three signs is your ascendant, you are still in the fire trine, and you make that triangle, as it were. If, as I have indicated, you have Gemini as your first bhava, then Gemini becomes your first house, Libra becomes your fifth, and Aquarius becomes your ninth, because those are the air signs in the zodiac, and that becomes your trine, the air trine. So that understand, and then we'll obviously have the water trine and the earth trine, right? So that we have those trines in this zodiac, which becomes your blueprint of the soul. And the tarot deck here, as you can see, the tarot deck has wands, pentacles, swords, and cups. And these convert to fire, earth, air, and water. And that is where we have another commonality. You know, that the tarot deck is aligned to the zodiac in terms of its source code of astrology. And the fire deck is the clubs in the normal playing deck. Earth is diamonds. Swords are spades, and cups are hearts. And this is again how we use, or how I use, the tarot and Vedic astrology to give you the trine concept. And you know, tradition holds that the religious duty, or the dharma, is the primary aim of human life, of the purusharthas. And you know, since it is the foundation upon which we develop wisdom and discretion to pursue wealth, which is artha, happiness, karma, and liberation, moksha. And this is the foundation of Vedic astrology, and I have coupled it or married it, as you can see, with the tarot. And Hinduism describes dharma as the natural universal law whose observance enables us as humans to be contented and happy, and to save ourselves from degradation and suffering. You know, it's the moral law combined with spiritual discipline that guides one life. So we become the architects when we read our tarot with a foundation of the Vedic astrology. And also, if you read up, you will see the Ganefa cards can be viewed as a foundation of the tarot. And this is what my research has, you know, brought about. And in tarot, I deal with a lot of spreads. I deal with the 5-card spread, the past, present, future. My go-to is the Tetractys, and you know, that is from a Greek philosopher Pythagoras, and Pythagoras' theorem speaks to a circle or a dot and an all-encompassing circle, which also exists in one of the Sanskrit texts, the Chandogya Upanishad. So then again, you know, research brings the marriage of Vedic astrology and tarot to you, and I'm bringing it to you through Zidam Astrology to give you a more in-depth, complex but in-depth view of tarot reading analysis, you know, because at the end of the day we deal a deck of cards and we say it's for this period or that period. But when I align it with the astrology, I can tell you, you know, if I have your birth chart, I can read it for you specifically. I can read the tarot for you specifically. If I don't have your birth chart, as I don't when I do these videos, it's a generic reading. But the potential is there when I use the foundation of the Kundali or birth chart. And, you know, Pythagoras could have been a Brahmin in his day and age, because, you know, he could have been classified as a Vedic Brahmin, one of the castes in the Hindu system, because he wore white exclusively. He was a vegetarian and he believed in reincarnation. So, you know, there are, if you search, if you research, you can look, you can find, and you can then digest it to analyze what you as a teacher, as a tutor, as an astrologer, as a Vedic consultant can bring to you. And this is just another view. This is my view at Zedam Astrology, and I hope I was clear. I hope I was concise. I hope I was complete. Please contact me for further information. Should you have any queries or questions, drop me a line at zedamastrology.com or zeta55@outlook.com. I ask that you sign up, you share, and you subscribe. Okay, air sign, this is your reading for the period May 29th to June 11th, and it will bring to you the first card, or your topic, your situation for this period comes from the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a powerful, strong leader. You know, he's a director, he's a mentor, he's a role model, kind of a take charge attitude, but dependable with integrity and strong principles. And this card represents a highly intuitive man who will not do anything to compromise integrity or inner truth. And if this is you, you know, this is your period where you may be counted upon to help someone, a companion, or someone who will be going through difficult times. You know, you will have to show your honesty, your affection, and your generosity for this period. And this represents, you know, your loyalty and kindness may be tested through your business or relationships, but you are shrewd with your money and investments. But you certainly are, while you're shrewd and kind of logical and reasonable, or reasoning with your investment, you are not selfish. You know, you are in fact a devoted father, husband, citizen. And this can be somebody coming into your life, or somebody who is around you if you are not a male person. And you know, this card is universally considered as a very good omen for whatever action, whatever new approach or business you want to take, because Wands is all about being active. It's all about your career, your reputation, your status, your work, because this is aligned to clubs, as we know, and Wands and clubs is all to do with your work, with your career. So you may be that person who is powerful, who is wise, who is all-knowing, and who is considered honest in this period. And that can bring you some joy, it can bring you some difficulty, it can bring you some mystery where persons may fear you. You know, they may not want to deal with you. You may be ostracized because of your speaking truth to power. But this is always your decision as to what you do with yourself. Are you confident in yourself, like the King of Wands, that you know what you have to do and when you have to do it? So this is the topic. This is you. This is your situation. And then we have the heart of the situation, your desires, your challenges, your hopes and fears. It comes from the Queen of Wands. So this is the opposite and the partner of the King of Wands. So that the Queen of Wands is strong, bold, courageous, passionate, you know. She is independent, a woman who takes on whatever life throws at her. So she, although she can seem authoritative and overwhelming at times, she's a joy to have around and breathes life and enthusiasm into all things and those who she interacts with. So this is your influence. Somebody around you who is like the Queen of Wands is going to influence you, is going to be, you know, you look up to that person and want to be that person. You know, she's capable, competent, she sets high standards for herself and those around her. You know, she's a person who's has a strong belief in herself and is strongly and fiercely protective of her position and her domain, as it were, you know, her environment. She is an extrovert and she likes to keep busy. She doesn't like to be routine, to keep a routine, you know. She wants spontaneous, to be spontaneous, to be enthusiastic, to always be cheerful and upbeat. You know, the Queen of Wands loves to be in the thick of things and never stands on the sideline. She's full of drama and enjoys being center stage. So this is the person, this extrovert is this person who you would like to be like, but you are the King of Wands, who is powerful, who is mature, who is a leader, but you know, who wants to be devoted. You are generous, but it's more of an inner beauty to you, with your strength, with your stability. And the character and your attitude at this point in time is through the Four of Pentacles. And here you might be a little miserly, you might be a little obsessive about your acquisitions, you know, you might be a little hoarding or want to hang on to whatever you have in your life in terms of asset and material possessions. You know, you are fearful that there may be scarcity, so you worry unnecessarily that things may not it may not last, you know. It may not last for you, that you have some things now that you are holding on to that makes you look like a miser, makes you look a little bit greedy. You know, you may overstock your pantry or your fridge because you don't want to go hungry, or you know, empty. You don't want your food to be finished because you fear that you may not get something to eat. You know, you fear that the money you have in your bank may be stolen, something may be hacked, computers may be hacked and they'll steal your money. So you are probably kind of a hoarding and thinking about ways in which you can hoard this wealth and hoard your assets so that you do not lose it, you know. With you, nothing is thrown out that can be mended. You know, you always penny pinch. And this is what the Four of Pentacles is telling you in terms of character. And probably, you know, if you're comfortable with that, well, go right ahead. That's who you are, you know. But if you're not, this is a heads up for you that probably this is what the Queen of Wands, the influence, may want to change in you, that you feel that you want to be a little more extrovert, you want to be part of the crowd, but your greed and your hoarding and your miserliness in regard to your assets, and it could be, you know, your time, it could be your money, it could be what you have that you don't want to share, that this is what is holding you back in that internal King of Wands position. That you know you are mature, you are wise, you want to take action, but the Four of Pentacles is kind of a little stumbling block with you right now, you know. So that take a heads up from this, Trine. And then we have the High Priestess in the timing position, and the High Priestess is an external card which is part of the major arcana, and the High Priestess is not within your control. You can't control the time that you can probably take away this fear of scarcity, or address the Queen of Wands, that you want to be like that person, or drop your guard, as it were, to be the true King of Wands, to be the true person that you want to be. You know that this High Priestess is all about solitude, time alone, calm, patience, independence, self-sufficient. So that the timing here for you to gain that is not within your control. You know, you still want to be like someone else, you still want to be influenced by the Queen of Wands, and you're not ready to take your own path right now, as it were. So you are still deep in reflection. You are looking at ways to change, but there are some things in your life that you just can't, because the Four of Pentacles is there in your character, in your attitude. And you know, the High Priestess is telling you that this is not a time for action or moving forward. Um, Instead, the High Priestess suggests that you should retreat from your situation and all distraction, that you can reflect on whatever is at play here, all the mechanisms, all the attitudes, all the aspects of your environment at this point in time. So that the King of Wands is, you know, you want to act. The Queen of Wands is what is influencing you. Probably somebody, a partner, a spouse, a relationship is pushing you, or somebody you look up to in the environment you want to be like, so you want to take action. But the little obstacle there of the Four of Pentacles is telling you that the High Priestess is saying, now is a time for reflection. Now is a time to be wise and to spend some time alone, to allow things to settle, you know, and get a better feel for what is really going on. You know, are you happy in the relationship, or is it that you want more? You know, perhaps it's time to be happy with yourself. And when the High Priestess comes in, it's, you know, there are secrets, and it's an indication that you need to dig deeper than the surface, than the issues that you see, the visible issues, the surface issues, and that there may be things hidden from you right now that you're not seeing. So don't take action too quickly. You know, there may be deep undercurrents or a hidden motive or an agenda that you are not aware of, and this could happen anytime, because remember, the High Priestess is not within your control. This is an external card, a major arcana card that you cannot control, you cannot predict in terms of the timing. But the High Priestess has infinite patience, and will sit and wait for as long as it takes, you know, for you to understand yourself, for you to reflect on yourself, for you to come to a conclusion or a resolution that this is the way I have to go, that the Four of Pentacles is what I want to be, or the Four of Pentacles is where I want to be, or the Four of Pentacles is not really me. So, you know, this card speaks to self-reliance, self-discipline, self-relief, and self-control. And the advice or resolution here comes from the Two of Cups. You know, the outcome. What is the answer to you reflecting, you understanding, if you want to be the Four of Pentacles, you understanding that the influence of the Queen of Wands may be pushing you in a direction that is too quick, that is too speedy for the situation that you are in right now, that where you're sitting as the King of Wands, you want to take action, you have some goals and some strategies that you want to put in place, but you know, you need to take reflective time for self-reliance, and the outcome here is the Two of Cups, where you have relationship success, because cups is all about emotions and the hearts. So you may have a reunion, you may have an attraction, you may gain harmony and balance. You know, the Two of Cups also speaks to someone you may be attracted to, you know, that maybe you want to get into a relationship, but that there may be someone in the background that is attracted to you, but who has not yet declared themselves. So you are watching the situation, you know, you look around, you're taking a look around, and you feeling the vibes, as we say, but you're not seeing who it might be, you know. But on the other hand, the Two of Cups is heavily laced with work related cards, which is what we have with Pentacles here, but it's not heavily laced. But um, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands is all about clubs, which is all about business and work and career, and then the Pentacles is about money, you know, where you get from your work and career. So that this Two of Cups may be speaking to your work, that you may need some more time to bring in a bit of romance in your life. Probably you are too focused on work and too focused on material possessions and going ahead with your assets and your capital investments, as it were, you know. So that you need to probably take that time out as given by the High Priestess to probably bring some love and romance in your life. Probably your focus is too much on work, you know, and the first three cards in the spread tells you that You know, it's about routine, it's about work, it's about business, it's about partnership, it's about you being given a chance to understand that time out is what you may need right now. You know, the Two of Cups can sometimes indicate a truce being called and healing setting in. You know, the Hand of Peace is being given to you here, that forgiveness of something that you probably didn't have time for somebody or something, or family or children, you know, that you have now recognized when you have contemplated that your work focus, your material gain focus, it has now come to you that it has affected your life, it has affected your relationship, and you are now going to have to put out the hand of peace for forgiveness, you know, to get that balance and harmony, to have that renewal of love, that reunion that was separating you from giving you that balance. You know, maybe it is just time to kiss and make up. So this is what this is telling you, Earth Trine. This is what it is telling you, sorry, Air Trine, that you are given this opportunity to take time for your family. You know, put yourself on hold, reflect on what you truly want, and know that there are consequences to your action. But the outcome here is, if you reflect, you are going to get that relationship, you are going to be happy. So Air Trine, take note. Thank you for allowing me to share these insights and research and knowledge with you. With Bhagwan's blessings, I have come to the end of this video for this period for you. I ask that you share, sign up and subscribe, share my videos, look at my previous videos so that you can understand what this is all about and the difference that I am trying to bring to you, the insights that I am trying to bring to you through Vedic astrology and its marriage with tarot. Thank you for listening, and I hope something new and exciting enters your thoughts and enables your dreams. Be safe, happy and healthy until we meet again. See you next time. Bye.